Hello friends, welcome to the third video of the problems on simplification and approximations. So let's begin. In this problem, we have 233.16 plus 323.89 plus, open the bracket, 186.11 divided by 5.97 into 4.99, close the brackets, minus 456.21 plus 21.99. So we need to evaluate this whole expression, and our options are 233, 232, 234 and 134. This problem looks really long and you might feel like skipping the problem, thinking that it will consume a lot of time. However, while solving the problem, we will find that the solution can be achieved in a matter of few seconds. So, I would request you to thoroughly go through the problem before deciding to skip a problem and go to the next problem or not. So let us begin the solution. As usual, we round the decimals to the nearest integers. So by doing so, our equation reduces to 233 plus 324 plus 186 divided by 6 into 5 minus 456 plus 22. Our next step is to evaluate the terms in the brackets. So evaluating the terms in the bracket, we carry out the division of 186 and 6. Doing that, we get 31 as our answer. So in the next step, we multiply 31 into 5, which turns out to be 155. So our new expression is 233 plus 324 plus 155 minus 478. Now we need to add 233 plus 324 plus 155 using the methods that I've initially explained. Please pause the video and go through the steps. Carrying out the addition of those three terms would give us 712 as the answer. So our new equation becomes 712 minus 478, which turns out to be 234. Now, checking for this answer in the options, we get option C to be the right answer. I hope the problem is clear to you. Let's see another problem. In this problem, we have 73% of 3100 plus 45% of 5200 is equal to 604.99 plus question mark squared. And the options are 62, 61, 63 and 64. So let's get started. Our first step is to rewrite the expression by carrying out the approximations. We get 73 divided by 100 into 3100 plus 45 by 100 into 5200 is equal to 605 plus question mark squared. However, instead of writing the equation in the way that is shown above, we can also write it in this way, as we know that 73% is 73 by 100. So we can skip and directly write the equation as 73 into 31 plus 45 into 52 is equal to 605 plus question squared. Our next step is to evaluate using the BODMAS rule. So the first step would be to carry out the multiplication of 73 and 31 and 45 and 52. We get 73 into 31 as 2263 and 45 into 52 as 2340. Our next step is to add those two numbers. We get 4603 is equal to 605 plus question mark square. The next step, we move 605 to the left hand side of the equation. And then carrying out the subtraction, our final answer is 3998. But to get the final answer, we'll need to calculate the square of 3998. Before solving it, let me explain another shortcut to find the squares of all the numbers ending with 5 in very less time. Let us consider the number 65. Whenever a number ends with 5, it needs to be always kept in mind that the square of that number will always end with 25. So our next step would be to find the numbers which are before 25. In order to do so, in this case, we know that the first digit is 6. We multiply 6 with the next number, that is 7. So in our case, 6 into 7 would give us 42. So we can write the final answer as 4225. Let us take another example. Consider 85. The last two digits are 25 and the previous digits would be 8 into 9, which is equal to 72. So the final answer would be 7225. Now let's get back to the problem. We need to find the square root of 3998. We know that there is no number whose square ends with 8. Hence, we know that 3998 is not a perfect square. So we will have to do approximations here. Let's check between which number squares does 3998 lies. 60 square is equal to 3600, which is lesser than 3998, which is in turn lesser than 65 square, which is 4225. On inspection, we can also see that 3998 is somewhat in between the two numbers, but it is more closer to 65 square, which is 4225. Hence, we can check the value of 63 squared in this case. We see that 63 square is equal to 3969, which is a bit less than 3998. And obviously 64 squared would be a much higher value. Hence, we take 63 to be the final. So checking for options, we find that option C matches with our result. So the correct answer is option C. However, you can choose the method which you are comfortable to arrive at the results faster. Please comment below if you have any doubts. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more problems, please refer to my next video. If you found my video useful and interesting, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.